I'm the Geordie Saver, and this is my November 2023 mortgage overpayment update. So I'm really excited to do this video today. It's the favourite update that I do on my channel. As you'll have seen the past few months, my mortgage overpayments dwindled away a little bit, and it's starting to pick up again now, and I'm putting more effort in getting my spark back into overpaying our mortgage. So what I'll do is I'll give a recap of my October figures, and then we'll go through the figures for November. So if you're new to my channel, just to flag that I'm not a financial advisor and I share these updates for entertainment purposes only. It's really just tracking my own personal finance journey. So if you're going to be making any financial decisions yourself, do your own research and also seek your own financial advice. So now that's out of the way, we'll go through the exciting figures. So the first thing to mention is at the end of last month, we had a balance of just under £112,000, and in that month we'd knocked £530 off the outstanding mortgage balance, and £131 of that came from a mortgage overpayment. As I detailed on the last video, my priority going forward is to overpay by at least something each month. So that was my challenge for November, was to get back into regularly making overpayments, with the hope that in the future I'm going to get back to the level of overpayments that I was making last year. So what we'll do is and sorry for moving this about, accidentally moved my scroll button. So we'll go with the starting balance and then go do the figures. So the starting balance, as I said, was just under £112,000. The standard payment that came off the balance was £510. So as I've mentioned a few times before, something that's really good is that we are on a very low mortgage interest rate at the moment. So it's 1.16%. It all happened by a stroke of luck that we remortgaged at the point where interest rates were at their sort of historic lows, and we fixed for 5 years, and it was at the point just before they then started making regular increases to the Bank of England interest rate. So yeah, so very fortunate that I'm on this very low mortgage rate up until I think I said in a previous video it was 2025, but it's actually 2026. So I think I've got about two and a bit years left of this good mortgage rate. So you might think, oh, you're crazy for overpaying your mortgage because you can beat the rate by putting it in a savings account. But the thought from me is if I put money in a savings account, I've got more likelihood that I'll dip into those savings. When I put money into a mortgage, it's effectively locked away and it's a bit harder for me to get that money back out. So for me, behaviorally, it makes sense for me to overpay, and that money is sort of long-term future money, if that makes sense. So in November 2023, we overpaid by £110 in the month. So I did a rough calculation from the previous months that the interest that accrues on the mortgage each month at the moment is around £110. So that's what we aim to overpay by. Actually, the mortgage in November, the interest was £106 that accrued. So the final balance at the end of November was our start balance minus the standard payment minus the overpayment plus the interest, and it worked out at £111,450. So that meant that the balance paid off in November was £513. So we've only got 1 month left of the year, so we can look at the totals so far. So the starting balance from the year was just over £117,000. We've paid off over £5,500 in standard payments. We've overpaid by £1,337, and the interest that's accrued is £1,207. So although it's been disappointing, the level of overpayments this year, personally, the good news is that we've overpaid by more than what the interest is accruing. So the standard payment that we've made has come directly off the capital because we've offset the interest we've paid with an overpayment, so that's good. And as I said before, the final balance so far is £111,450, so just under £6,000 has come off the um, outstanding capital in the year. So that's really good news. Obviously, the plans with December. December's an expensive month, as I'm sure it is for many people. So my plan for December is really just to overpay by something so that we maintain the sort of overpayment every month philosophy and aim. I will say that going forward, and I'll touch on this in a video near at the end of December, I'm really motivated now to be back in the overpayment swing of things, and my plan is to have £1,000 come off the mortgage balance each month from January. So £1,000 to come off the mortgage balance and stay off the mortgage balance, and I want that to be my priority because it means that when we get to remortgaging in 2.5 years' time, I've done the figures, and if I overpay so that we have £1,000 each month come off the balance, we should have around £80,000 left on the mortgage balance when we come to remortgage. And at that point, I think the plan will be that we will remortgage and reduce the term left on our mortgage. So at the moment, by the time we remortgage, there should be 20 years left on the mortgage. Um, and the plan will be that if this all goes to plan, the idea would be we would reduce that 20-year mortgage term to 8 years because I've done the calculation and it would mean that our standard mortgage payment at the current interest rates would be just under £1,000 a month, which we can comfortably afford even if one of us lost the job. I mean, if one of us lost our jobs, it wouldn't be comfortable to do that. But given it's a sort of short time frame of 8 years, and I've got savings as well, um, it should be achievable. So that's the goal. That's the dream. Obviously, I would love to pay it off sooner if things change financially, but I think mentally, if 2.5 years time, if I could knock 12 years off the mortgage term, that would really do a lot for my sense of achievement with this journey. And what I could do then is maybe take less of a focus on thinking about the overpayments each month, even though I enjoy it, and just start treating the rest of the money as what can I do to do fun things. If the mortgage is taken care of and I know that in 2.5 years' time when we remortgage that there's only going to be 8 years left, I can leave that to one side and I can focus on enriching my life in other ways. That's a bit of a waffle, and I'll be talking about it in a video that I'm going to be publishing at the end of December, which will be talking about my financial goals for 2024. But if you've got any thoughts on that, as always, leave them in the comments down below. And thank you so much to everyone who's commented on my previous videos. I really enjoy seeing the journeys and hearing about the mortgage overpayment journeys that you're on. So there's been a few people commenting who are now near the end of their mortgage and they've been overpaying like crazy for the past few years. So that's really inspiring. And then there's others who comment who are maybe a bit earlier on in their journeys. And it's good to just get that energy from other people and hear what they're doing. So enough waffling from me. What I'll do is, as always, I'll do the percentage paid off in 2023 and the total overpayment so far. So the percentage of the balance paid off so far this year. So as I said, we've knocked £5,735 off the balance, and the original balance this year was £117,000. So that's 5% that we've knocked off. And then the total overpayment so far. So this is since we've had a mortgage, how much have we overpaid by? And this creeps up every month. And this is £21,577, which is brilliant. Obviously, when we were overpaying by £1,000 a month, this was creeping up by £1,000 each month, and you could see the total rising, but actually I'm still contributing to this total each month, so it's went up by £110 since the previous video. And I'm really proud of me and my partner that we've overpaid by £21,000 over the past couple of years, because when you do it gradually, it all mounts up. If tomorrow, if someone said, dig out 21.5 grand from your back pocket and make an mortgage overpayment with it, I wouldn't be able to do it. But given that we've done this incrementally over time, it's all built up. So really proud of myself for that. So yeah, and then the other thing I was just going to mention, in case you haven't seen my video, is I have also been trialing out this Sprive mortgage overpayment app. Because of the way the app works, I can't make a mortgage overpayment till I reach £500 being overpaid it in the app. But what I'll do is I'll link the video down below where I talk about the Sprive app, and you can watch that video if you haven't already and learn more about it. So if you're UK based, it might be something that you're interested in downloading. And then the other thing I'll mention, because a few people have asked over the past few months about this spreadsheet and getting a copy of it to use for themselves, is I've got a blank version of this spreadsheet which I put on Etsy at the moment. I haven't had any sales yet, but it's on there for around £2.40. I don't know if the price point is too much. So yeah, if you want to take a look and if you think it's maybe more of a £1 product, then let me know. I'm really wanting to get some sales on Etsy, and yeah, just make money online and sit and sort of I'll do a video about that, about trying to diversify and explore that as a bit of a hobby. So that's a very long waffle from me. Thank you for staying till the end if you've got to the end of this video. For the rest of the month, I will be doing other updates on this channel. So I'll be having my premium bond update coming up, my emergency fund update, my financial freedom update, and I'll be rounding off the month with a Etsy update, although I've just given a spoiler to say I've had no sales, but I'll be giving round off the month with an Etsy update. And then also, I think because we're in December, I'll be doing a final video of the year, which will be about my goals for 2024 and what I've achieved in 2023. So thank you so much for listening. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'm so close to 300 subscribers, which is my next milestone. So it'd be great to hit that before Christmas. And I'll definitely stop talking now, and I'll see you on the next video.